More breaking news in the NHL. Another NHL head coach has been let go, this time in Columbus. We'll discuss what this means for the team. Brad Larsen as a coach as well. All that coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some more breaking news. Yet another decision has been made to part ways with the NHL head coach. It was announced this morning that the Columbus Blue Jackets were firing head coach Brad Larsen. Brad Larsen was the 8th head coach of franchise history, hired back in June of 2021. He was under a multi-year, 3-year contract, so I believe he has 1 year left on the deal. So obviously, he'll still be compensated for part of that year, but obviously he'd be let go a year early. He had a record of 62, 86, and 18. This is only a .427 win percentage. We know the Blue Jackets, during his tenure, especially this year, was one of the league's worst teams. Obviously, a poor record. They'll have a really high draft pick this year. Certainly fair to say that things didn't go as planned, though, after a fairly big offseason, signing a big name UFA like Johnny Gaudreau. They had traded previously for Patrick Laine. They had made lots of moves, thinking that this team was going in a different direction, and it certainly took a major step back this year. Larsen overall has been with the team for several years, being as an assistant coach for 7 years prior to being named head coach. He worked under 2 different head coaches in Columbus before, both under Todd Richards and, of course, John Tortorella as well. They also announced today that goalie coach Manny Legacy was also out. I guess you could say he was fired, but essentially his contract's not being renewed. His contract was expiring, and they're going to go in a different direction there as well. Manny Legacy's been the goalie coach in Columbus for 5 years. Prior to that, he was the goalie coach with their AHL minor league affiliate in Cleveland for 5 years before that. So he's been with the Jackets organization as a whole for a really long time. And so they'll obviously go through a couple of new staff members here. I don't know, there's really no real word on who the new head coach could be or how quickly they plan on making a decision in that regard. I know when Larsen was hired, there was some speculation that maybe Brad Shaw might be the guy they were looking for. Obviously, longtime NHL assistant coach, worked for John Tortorella a lot. Maybe he'll be reconsidered, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see where things go. We have another head coach casualty, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, talking about some of the other coaches that have been relieved of their duties. Typically, when the season ends for the teams that miss the playoffs, you usually get a fairly quick decisions from a lot of these teams. I don't know if there's going to be any more coaches let go or not. I would suspect probably not many more if there is. And if there is, I would suspect that it'll probably be over the next few days. We could obviously maybe say something different about the playoff teams, as those playoff teams are eliminated from Stanley Cup contention and their season comes to a close. Then there could be changes in those regards as well. But obviously, we're only a short span here after the end of the NHL regular season, and we have a team in Pittsburgh looking for a new management team, and we have 3 NHL teams now, including Anaheim, Washington, and Columbus, going to be searching for a new head coach. So let me know your thoughts on this news out of Columbus. Who might be a good replacement? What direction you'll go in? This tells me, too, as well, I think Jarmo Kekalainen, the GM there, is going to be, they're not really going to be continuing to want to be like a rebuild mode. They're going to want to continue to make some more moves, add some more veterans to try to get back into playoff contention next year. Obviously, they have some pieces they need to try to find this offseason. I suspect they're going to be using some draft currency to maybe find a player or two at least that could help now, maybe dip into free agency a little bit. So we'll see what happens. I suspect maybe they might go with a more experienced coach perhaps, but time will tell. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll talk about it further. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the news, rumors, and analysis of all 32 NHL teams. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.